Hi everyone. I just thought I'd take this opportunity to do a quick check-in with the Divine Masculine. I've been picking up really strange energies from him from the last couple of days. Yesterday, really upset, heavy energy. Today, very calm, but almost too calm. So I'm just intrigued, and I was going to just do it for myself, to be honest. And then I thought, well, why not record it? Because, you know, it may well be that in the DM collective, you know, there are things happening. So let's see. Spirit, please guide us to the DM's energy, please. For the DM collective, how's the DM feeling at the moment, please? How's the Divine Masculine feeling at the moment, please? Okay, we have move. We have heal. I just noticed my cards are all back to front. Okay. How else, please, Spirit? How else is the Divine Masculine feeling today? We have listen. We have seek. Okay. This is interesting. We have share the love. And we have coming together. This is really interesting. And in fact, I'm going to stop with the 6 cards at the moment. We'll do some clarifiers in a second. But, excuse me, I just had to have a drink. It feels like there's movement and there's change regarding whatever's happening around him at the moment. It feels like he's protecting his heart space. There's almost like a sense of healing going on around his heart. It's time for him to really protect this space. So if there's anything that is stopping him from moving forward, that's about to change. The chains here are being broken. As you can see, there's bits of chain falling down here. So in order to protect his heart, he needs to rid himself of anything that is stopping him from moving forward. And this is what he's about to do with the breaking of these chains. It's very interesting. You all know how that sort of applies to your situation, obviously. Yeah, interesting. I know how it applies to mine. But it's this. I always feel that this card, it says move, obviously, and it is for moving forward. But it's about this. These feel like healing rays that are going round and round the heart space, and it almost feels like there's, in order to, like I said, protect and heal his heart, he has to begin proper healing by releasing anything that doesn't serve him. And it feels that he's been doing a lot of, they've just said to me thinking. Yes, he's been doing a lot of thinking, but we have the card of listen here, and I really think he's been doing a lot of like contemplating. He's been listening to the opinions of others. It's almost like I get an image of him stepping back but observing a situation. So he may well be observing the behaviours of those around him. He may well be you know, thinking about some of the words you've said to him in the past or in the present, even if you're in contact, Divine Fems. It really feels like he's taking on board words that have been said to him. Look how pensive this person is here. And it feels like that. But what's interesting is it's come up with the Seek card. And I always feel these two birds are like messengers. And it's almost like he's seeking his inner truth. He's seeking once and for all to heal his heart space. So while he's seeking, I feel he's seeking guidance also. Because we have these, they feel like messengers to me. I don't know what sort of birds they actually are. I'm not very good at like birds and identifying them and things, but it feels like these birds have come in with a message, and it seems like the Divine Masculine is seeking real proper divine guidance and becoming more aware of what is around him spiritually, you know. And I love the fact that these have come up together because he's listening. He's listening intently to the messages that he's receiving, which is all part of his healing and his protecting his heart space, because he wants to feel free to share his love. Look at this. Okay, he wants to feel free to actually share his love with the person he's supposed to share it with. We all know, of course, Divine Fems, that is you. And he's been thinking long and hard about union. Look at this. I always think this is an interesting card, because although it has a ray, let me put that down just for a second, but although that has a ray of light in the middle, it kind of feels like a crack. And I know that the symbolism of this card is about the two sides separating and you having, you know, one part each. And that, of course, is very aligned to the twin flame sort of feeling of, or twin flame description, I should say, you know, where we have one heart split in two. We have, you know, I've lost my train of thought. Well, we have one soul split in two. That's what I was aiming for. What is the matter with me, seriously? But yeah, and it's like he wants to be with the other part of his soul, which is you, Divine Fems. He's spending a lot of time thinking this through and really reaching a conclusion. And that isn't something new. That came up, I think, in the previous reading I did, that he's really transitioning to the place where it's going to be possible for him to actually step forward, because this is his goal. He wants you to come together, the two of you, you know, in divine union. So, you know, there's obviously been a lot going on for him the last, well, certainly for my divine masculine, because as I say, I've been picking up very mixed energies, quite extremes of energy. And I guess if he's trying to free himself from things that constrict him, then we're going to get sort of bursts of energy, you know, at any point. And then we're going to get healing energy. So, you know, like yesterday I had the burst of energy that was quite heavy, quite oppressive, quite angry energy, quite upset and tearful energy. But today I've had total calm, which was quite unnerving. It was much nicer than yesterday, but it is quite unnerving. But, you know, now I understand, because what he's doing is healing and protecting his heart, but he wants to be free of whatever it is that's sort of stopping him from moving forward. I'm going to just get some tarot. Oop, thank you. What can you tell us about this move energy, please, Spirit? What is this move card here for? What is the move card here for? Yeah, look, he wants to heal his heart, and he wants to give you the recognition that you deserve. You know, he's now recognizing for himself the strength of this relationship. You know, we have it may be that, you know, you may know your divine masculine may be in the public eye for some of you, but you may be in the public eye, Divine Fems. But this is more about recognizing the connection between the two of you. Yeah, it really is. You know, you see the people in the background clapping. It's a big card of recognition, this one. And I think this is about the twin flame, the divine masculine, recognizing the need to be true to himself and to heal his heart. I'm so pleased that he's reached that stage, because that's a real step forward in his awakening. You know, we know that awakenings take a long time. You know, I'm still sort of, well, let's not get into it. It's better we don't go there. So why do we have heal, please? Why do we have heal? Yeah, good fortune is on its way, because he knows that life is going to get an awful lot better. I must stop leaning on the table because it's rattling the camera, sorry. But he knows that life is going to get so much better. you know, and it's going to bring in good fortune if he releases himself from whatever it is that is keeping him in a trapped energy. You know, the Wheel of Fortune is a real card of joy, a real card of I want to say, they keep saying abundance, the word abundance keeps coming into my head. And I guess, you know, he's saying that, you know, it brings really good luck, the Wheel of Fortune. So he knows that life is going to be so much better. Now he's got this recognition that he needs to properly heal his heart and protect his heart space. And he knows that he can access a lot of really good energies and a lot of really good things if he gets himself out of the position that he's now in. And the position he's now in, you know, whether it be that he's just separate from you because he's having to work elsewhere, maybe he's in a karmic relationship, you know, it could be anything. It could be simply that he hasn't believed that he deserved you, you know. Or maybe the intensity of your love scared him for a while, and that's maybe why he's kept himself chained in a particular position that kept him protected. But he's now realising that the only way he's properly going to protect his heart is by, you know, freeing himself from that situation. He now knows that life will be better. So why do we have listen, please? Thank you. Yeah, he's been listening to, do we want that one, please? No, they're saying no, don't take it now. That may come again in a minute. Yeah, he wants to balance things out. If there's been wrongs in the past, he wants to put them right. You know, he's maybe, if you've had a lot of discussions with him, Divine Femme, you know, maybe you've had arguments in the past, but I get the feeling that it's more about words that you've said to him. And it's almost like they've just said calmness. So it's almost like words in a calm energy that you've said to him have actually had an impact. And he's eager to put things right. He's eager to balance things out. And, you know, he's finally listening to what you've got to say. And it's maybe because he's come out of this, or he's in the process of coming out of this restricted energy, that he's thinking through the words that you've said to him. And it's allowing him to grow even more. So what do we have seek here for, please? Thank you. Yeah, he's seeking answers. And how interesting is this? Look at this card. I don't know if you can see in the light, because I'm working in lamp light and it's a bit odd because it's light over there and a bit dark over here. But up here is a tiny blue bird. And what do we have on the seek card? We have the two blue birds, which, as I said before, I always see as messengers. And I also see this little blue bird. Can you see it there? Oh, I don't know. There you go, I think you can see it there. But that little blue bird is desperately trying to tell this lady here that all she's got to do is pull her hands apart, because those ties aren't actually tied, and to take her blindfold off and walk between the swords. She can free herself from this situation. And so we've got him seeking some answers and tuning in spiritually to, he may even be doing that without realising, but he's tuning in to get answers to how he can move this forward. But it feels much more relaxed today than it would have been if I'd done this reading yesterday. And, you know, he wants to come out of this trapped energy. So he's looking for some sort of answers about how to come out of this trapped energy. And he has people, maybe some people around him who are talking to him that he's listening to. But I feel that these are spiritual messages. I feel that it's really an important part of his awakening, that spirit are giving him very clear messages about where he belongs, you know. So why do we have share the love, please? And again, please, why do we have share the love, please? Yeah, he's ready to take some action. The King of Wands The King of Wands is a king who knows what he wants. He's an excellent planner. He's a leader. Rather than being in charge or a boss or whatever, he leads in a situation. He takes action. So he leads by action, you know? He's still commanding, but he's not sort of cold or reserved or anything like this. He's a king that works with passion, and, you know, he goes for what he wants. And, you know, he is an action taker. So, you know, once your divine masculine has found the answers to the questions that he's seeking, it's not the questions he's seeking, but it's the answers he's seeking to his questions, I mean, then he's set to take action. The decision's been made. It feels very final. The decision has been made, but he's still figuring some stuff out here. But at least he's actively seeking the answers now, rather than just sitting back in this trapped energy saying, oh, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. He's now actually waiting for these messages. And there are plenty of messages going his way, because we have 3 birds here sending their messages to him. So why do we have coming together? What is it he wants? What is this about, please? Yeah, he wants to come together with you, Divine Femme. They've just said to me, don't take that after I took that. I don't know, Spirit. I'm going to have to, sorry, I'm going to have to read. It wasn't that one, was it? Sorry. It was the Chariot that came out. He definitely wants to move things forward, you know, and he's likely to move it forward fairly quickly, because, you know, the Chariot card doesn't really wait. The Chariot doesn't wait for anybody, you know. He wants to move this connection forward without a doubt. They want to give me another card, but I got very confused over which one they were giving me, so I'm reshuffling. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, look. The High Priestess. This is all about his intuition. This is all about his spiritual connection. He is feeling your connection more and more and more in the 5D, and accepting it, whereas it used to frighten him. You know, some of you will be using your telepathic links with him to send him messages and to talk to him. I certainly do with mine. But, you know, he's becoming more and more aware of the spiritual connection and the significance and importance of it, you know. It's taken him a while because it freaked him out beforehand, which is why he ran. But he now knows that this is a spiritual, significant relationship. But the most important thing about us seeing the High Priestess card here is that he's acknowledging that it's a safe place to be and he can take it forward. He's acknowledging that he's feeling safe to listen to his own intuition. And for so long, these divine masculines have been keeping their head buried in the sand because they just thought it was easier. But of course, it's not easier. Spirit weren't going to settle for that. They were saying, divine masculine, it's time to move it on. It's time to look at union, because, you know, this is where you're destined to be. So, I did say it was going to be a short reading. I'm going to do a couple of angel cards just to finish it off. See if we can get an indication of timing, and I know that's hard in a general reading. Yeah, Spirit want you to know that they're saying don't stop, but this isn't for you. Usually at the end of a twin flame reading, I give you messages, but they're saying don't stop, because that's a message for the divine masculine. They don't want the divine masculine to stop the progress he's making, and that's the message. They want you to know that because he's tuned into his intuition so well and he's listening, as we saw up here, the message they're sending him is keep moving this forward, don't stop, okay? They're telling him to ask for help from others. Yeah, and they're telling him there's something better than the situation you're currently putting up with. Okay, so they may be in a situation they're very unhappy with. Let's put these down here, because it seems as though they're giving messages still for the divine masculine here. Yeah. It may be that they are asking for help from people around them. I don't get that feeling so much. I feel at the moment, because their intuition is on point, I think they're asking for spiritual guidance at the moment, because they're really in tune with their inner selves and what it is they want. And they know that they're going to feel so much better once they're with their divine feminine. Okay. So let's get some, should we do some tarot spirit? You want to give us one more? Okay, they're saying a year from now. I'm going to pull some improving health. Sorry, I was just going to do some tarot clarifiers, but they've just said to me these three are for the divine femme. So let's just look at them again, and then we'll do some tarot. So they've given a time scale of a year from now. I'm going to pull a tarot card to see exactly what it is that they're telling us about a year's time. I think that I mean, I know a year sounds like an eternity, but remember, we're dealing with spirit timescales as well, which are incredibly fluid. So I'm going to have a look at that in a moment. But even so, you know, if it's a year and it takes a year, then it takes a year, I'm afraid. But I think, yeah, let's have a look at that in a moment. They're saying that, you know, what you'll find is that, you know, your divine masculine will be in a much better place, spiritually, emotionally. They'll be much better able to handle a relationship with this intensity. Certainly by a year, they'll have this sorted, okay? It will be different for all of us, so please don't get hung up and upset because I said a year. I have to give you what Spirit gave me. But they're saying this is going to take a while to sort things out, but he's going to be much better placed to be in the relationship. And they're saying, you know, there's going to be some waiting still. And I know you didn't want to hear that. But, you know, it's all about us doing our self-healing and our self-growth again, you know, in order to move things forward. Let's get a card for this year card. Why do we have a year from now? Yeah, they're telling you to be strong, divine femmes. You know, we know that this relationship, in a sense, is out of our control. It's a divine relationship. So it happens in divine timing. So they're saying, look, be strong here. You can be strong, you know? Yeah, they recognise you in your nurturing energy, and they want the divine masculine to reach the same, hang on. I was going to say, I'm saying hang on because I was going to say the same stage of development, which sounded totally wrong. My words are coming out in a really strange order today. But what they want is for him to feel comfortable to approach you, divine femme. He's got to feel totally ready, otherwise he will run again. And this is why they're saying to you, be strong, because divine timing is there for a purpose. But look, exactly, he needs to be able to come in with a strong offer, you know, with something tangible, something practical, because if he doesn't, he will get scared again and he will run, okay, because of the intensity of the relationship. When I say he, it could also be a she. It's not divine, gender specific. So it's not gender specific, but he wants to put the work in. He wants to come in with a solid offer for you. And in order to do that, he's got to be at peace with himself. He's got to feel much better about himself. He's taking spiritual guidance. He's persevering, because remember, it's hard for him too. I know it's hard if you're the twin flame who is waiting. That is incredibly hard. Trust me, I know. I really do. But in order for things to be exactly as they need to be, then we have to surrender to the universe and spirit, the divine, and wait for their timing to come into play. Okay. Yeah, all right, so I'll do a moonology. I always say it's going to be a short reading, and I'm not good at short readings. Oops, thank you, Spirit. Let's just have 2 moonology, please, Spirit. What message do you have for the Divine Femme? What message do you have for the Divine Femme? It's interesting, this whole thing about timing, because I got the real energy from up here that this was going to move forward quickly with the Chariot card, because he's awakening so beautifully at the moment. You know, things are really falling into place, and there's a big shift in his thinking. But we don't know exactly what's going to happen a year from now, do we? We don't know. And for all of us, it'll be different anyway. Yeah. And they're saying, look, your hard work is paying off. Have faith, Divine Femmes, because the work that you have put in to this relationship, however frustrating it has been for you at times, and however painful it's been for you at times, your hard work is now paying off. So the efforts you've put into this relationship are really paying off, because he is listening. Let's see. Yeah, prosperity lies ahead. You know, prosperity comes in lots of forms, not just financial. So, you know, that's emotional prosperity as well. Good things lie ahead. But if it's going to be very prosperous and it's going to be the best, then it's got to happen when divine timing is right. And they're saying communication is the key. Now, again, that will be for those of you in separation. You may think, you know, gosh, if only, especially if they've blocked or ghosted you. But what they're saying is the key here will be communication, and it will be the communication from the Divine Masculine. So they're saying, you know, good things are coming, and communication is the key here. So I think that will be the next stage. And what do we have here? Yeah, never forget that you're good enough. Because the Divine Masculine knows. You may question how he feels about you, but he knows you're good enough. And that's why he's run scared, because it was so intense. Okay, so never forget that, Divine Femmes. Right, it's time for me to go to bed, actually. Not that you needed to know that, but I thought I'd just tell you. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. I hope you're heartened by knowing that he is really, really having a big shift in his energy at the moment, and really contemplating how he's going to sort out his current situation and move forward. You know, it feels a different energy to me. We're having extremes of energy, as I said, rather than the energy we had a few weeks ago was sort of stuck and him not knowing what to do and just sitting back and going, I don't know what to do. Now we've got him listening, we've got him seeking answers, we've got him taking action, and we've got forward movement. And also him being in tune spiritually is the best. That is the best, because he's finally sitting up and taking notice of the 5D connection that he has with you. Okay, Divine Femmes, time to end the video now. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It really helps the channel. And click the notification bell. You are all stars. I love you lots. And do you know what? We're up to 1,600 subscribers. Am I excited or what? I love being in this twin flame family, particularly on my channel, because, you know, it's therapeutic for me too, because I'm also a divine feminine, as you know. So anyway, I'm going to go to bed. All right, thank you, Divine Feminines. Take care, and I will speak to you soon.